This is the truth about the cops and what they don't want you to see or know. They don't want you to see how completely peaceful most of these protests are and how many people are showing. Remember how I said despite the precautions we take, the news will blame protesters for the spike in coronavirus cases? Well, it's happening. Don't forget, the cops are the ones not taking precaution. Here's a cop fake coughing and making fun of protesters for telling him to wear a mask. They don't want you to see that they have undercover cops going into peaceful protests. They don't want you to know that they have illegally been arresting peaceful protesters. On June 3rd in the Bronx, they surrounded peaceful protesters before 8 a.m. curfew so that protesters could not leave. You can hear the peaceful protesters begging the cops to let them go as they are surrounded and entrapped. Once 8 p.m. hit, they were all arrested. My friend who was arrested at this protest was denied feminine products, not read her Miranda rights, called a bitch, and when asked for water, had water bottles poured in front of her as the cops laughed. They don't want you to know that we are peaceful and they are violent. What they don't want you to know above everything is that they are scared. The worldwide momentum we have right now is making them petrified. So use whatever privileges, skill set, and means possible to get involved. Be on the right side of history.
When I first started speaking on this, I don't think I understood the magnitude of this situation, but George Floyd, a man that has actively fought for peace in his community, was murdered by four, not one, four police officers. This is fucking disgusting. This is disgraceful. If you fail to realize that this is a real issue in America, then you are part of the problem. And for the people that are sitting here watching this, go do something. Go sign those petitions. Donate money. Be part of the solution. I can't believe that this is still happening in our country. This is disgusting. Justice for George Floyd. Black Lives Matter. Go do something to make a difference. Go sign those petitions. Go donate money. Go be part of the protest. Something.
Don't put your hands in your pockets. Don't put your hoodie on. Don't be outside with no shirt on. Check in with your people. It don't matter even if you're down the street. Don't be out too late. Don't touch anything you're not buying. Never leave the store without a receipt or a bag, even if it's just a pack of gum. Never make it look like there's an altercation between you and someone else. Never leave the house without your ID. Don't drive with a wife beater on. Don't drive with a do-rag on. Don't go out in public with neither. Don't ride with the music too loud. Don't stare at a Caucasian woman. If a cop stop you randomly and start questioning you, don't talk back. Just compromise. If you ever get pulled over, hands on the dashboard, and ask, could you get out your license and registration?
Wait. So y'all think once we get justice for protesting Black Lives Matter that we done? Nah. We doing it for them next. We ain't letting them get away with taking thousands of children away from their families, barely feeding them and locking them in cages. And not only that, they took thousands of children away from their families to sexually abuse them and send them off to sex trafficking. Nah, a lot of y'all stood by us, and we gonna stand by y'all. Abolish ICE. In real talk, I don't care if you illegal or not. You gotta do what you gotta do to make sure that you and your family stable and to make sure that you and your fam have a great life. You know what they say, family first.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now.
We are stronger together.
Use your voice. Say his name.
Rest in peace, George Floyd.
No freedom till we equal.
No justice, no peace.
Justice for George Floyd.
Say his name.
Here are some things the media won't tell you about what's going on in Minneapolis right now. The alleged $20 bill that was forged by George Floyd turned out to be real. Cops were the ones that started the fires. Protests were peaceful until the cops fired first with stun grenades, tear gas, and rubber bullets. Most of the major news sites and media outlets, primarily the right-wing ones, are trying to make the rioters look bad by adding fake gunshot sounds into their clips and their live, broadcastings. Live, right? In reality, I'm going to tell you right now, our only threat right here in Minneapolis is the fucking cops. Target isn't being looted just for the fucking sake of it. They refuse to sell milk, water, hydrogen peroxide, and other supplies to protesters who were hurt at the hands of police. There are more officers standing outside Derek Chauvin's house to protect him than there are police officers helping citizens hurt at the hands of the police.
As a person who has been given the platform to be an influencer, I have realized that with that title, I have a job to inform people on the racial inequalities in the world right now. How come when it comes to the color of a person's skin, they're treated differently? A man was killed. His life was ended. "Don't kill me," George Floyd says as his last words. His life should not be over, and his name needs to be heard. George Floyd, a father and a person. A human who lost their life because of the color of their skin. We, people of all colors, need to speak up at a time like this. I have also come across lots of people speaking up and saying that the Black Lives Matter fist that many people are using as their profile picture are for the Black community to use only. I have since changed mine back, but I will continue to spread these messages and be an ally. We all have a voice. We need to stand up for what is right and stick together.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping, no.